Yo, this is Eternal Plays Pokemon Black 2, and we have finally arrived at the Pokemon League. It's time to battle the first two of the 4 Elite Four members. When you're all set and ready, make sure you have team leveled up a bit and make sure you bought a lot of items. This is my team. So I have Magnezone at 58, Simipour 55, Crocodile 55, Arcanine 57, Serperior 59, and Unpheasant 58. This one is a rather balanced setup here. Electric, Steel, Water, Ground, Dark, Fire, Grass, and Flying. Cortical has a different team with like a fighting Pokemon for example. But for example, my Simipour also knows ice moves, and Crocodile is a bit of a mix. Arcanine, a bit of a mix as well. So I think this one should do fine. Should be able to survive most here, but you really want to have Simipour here because of the ice move can be very useful in the very end. I will say that more about that later. When you're ready, go forward to this guy here. The Pokemon League is a place where you both pursue strength and express it. The way to express it is simple. You just have to beat the Elite Four and the champion. You can start your challenge by battling any of the Elite Four, and if you defeat them all, you can challenge the champion. However, I warn you, once you start your challenge, there is no turning back. You must keep battling until you defeat them all or are defeated yourself. Do you want to go in? Yes. Then proceed. So remember, once you go inside, the gate will be closed, like this. So now we see we have 4 paths. The middle path will only open once you have defeated all the others. So we have a path here, 1 path here, 1 path here, and 1 path here. For this episode, I'll take the 2 bottom paths, which will be this one first, and then we'll go to this one. Then next episode, we'll go here and here. After that, we'll go for the last spot, which will be here, going up to the Pokemon Champion. So, let's begin by going to the bottom left part first. Quite the cool place. Let's see how it evolves. Ooh. So here we have the first of the 4 Elite Four. So this is the Ghost type Pokemon Trainer. So make sure you have something that can counter Ghost types, and make sure you have something that can survive against Ghost type damage as well. They're a bit of a mix of the setup that she has. Make sure you have something that can counter Ghost. Dark type will do very well here, but also beware that some of their Dark types also have counters to counter Dark types. So be a bit careful about that. Also, use Pokemon that can be resistant to Ghost as well will be very useful. So I'm going to start this one here by using Magnezone, because I feel like he does pretty well. Just be careful, that's just the most important thing. When you're ready. Actually, did I have Crunch on Arcanine? I remember if I had. Yeah, I do actually have. I forgot about it. I was just mixing a bit. I'm going to start with Arcanine first, actually, against this one. Because Arcanine has Crunch and can do really well. So when you're ready, go forward and start your first Elite Four battle. There is one man who wanders the world with a black dragon Pokemon to pursue ideals. That's part of a novel I'm writing. I want to write down the event that happened on that day. Sorry, it has nothing to do with you. You're a challenger, right? I'm the Elite Four's Ghost-type Pokemon user Shauntal, and I shall be your opponent. And here we go! The first of 4 Elite Four battles is on against the Ghost-type Elite Four member, Shauntal. And yeah, if you play on normal mode or easy mode, you will be playing with 4 Pokemon. If you play in challenge mode, you will have a 5th Pokemon from this one. And our first Pokemon will be the Ghost-type Pokemon, Cofagrigus, versus Arcanine. So, Cofagrigus is a pure Ghost-type Pokemon, known for being very annoying to fight because it has a lot of heavy defenses and likes to use moves that basically cripples your status and your stats. So we're going to start this one by using Crunch. Crunch, of course, because it's a Ghost type and Ghosts are weak to Dark. It's effective damage, and we're also going to reduce its defense, which means our Crunch will do even more damage the next time we use it. It also has the Mummy, which means that it will remove our ability. Cofagrigus with Shadow Ball will deal good special attack damage to Arcanine. First impressions are everything. Say that again. So you can see it does pretty good damage as well, so we have to deal something to counter it. Let's go with another crunch onto the Cofagrigus. This one should do more damage because the Cofagrigus reduces dark. And yes, here we go. Weakness to defense has taken it down, and Cofagrigus goes down. Well played, Arcanine. First hit. So from that one we're gonna face against Golurk. So Golurk goes a ghost type. This one is a ghost and ground dual type. Here we want to use something that can do really well against it. Remember Simipour I used last time? Of course it's been leveled up a bit now since last time. I would not recommend using it because it's a bit weak defensively. And I go with Superior because Superior is also resistant to ground, which it can sustain the battle and win pretty easily like that way. So I'm gonna go with Superior versus the Golurk. Don't use Arcanine because it's weak to ground. Same of course with Magnezone. In with Superior versus the Golurk. So Golurk, dual type, ghost and ground. We started this one with a Leech Seed. Yeah, we probably won't even need it because Giga Drains will be doing really well here, but yeah, we missed Leech Seed. Shadow Punch is used, and since we already have lost health now, I think it's time to go the Giga Drain instead. Leech Seed only if I have full health, and then the Giga Drain afterwards. So here comes the Giga Drain. That's a lot of damage, more than half, and we're gonna heal up all the damage taken from the Shadow Punch. Shadow Punch again. Damage is still pretty good, but we have to go with another Giga Drain onto the Golurk. Here it comes. It's draining pretty well, and the Golurk goes down. Well played, Superior. Almost back to full health again, and that's 2 Pokemon down. There's still 2 more to fight against Shauntal and her Ghost-type Pokemon. Next up will be Chandelure. Oh my god, Chandelure I will call the glass cannon of Pokemon. It has insane special attack. Defense is not that bad, but its main cripple is that it has such a problem to stay alive because it has so low health. Chandelure, fire and ghost dual type. This one can be a danger. There's a lot of great moves to really cripple your team, and the speed is also pretty decent as well. So I'm gonna put some Pokemon out that can really take it out without taking too much damage itself. This one can be a bit of a problematic Pokemon to fight, but I think we'll be doing fine. So Simipour does really well here because of it's a fire type, but watch out, it does has the energy ball as well, so that's gonna cripple the Simipour. Crocodiles also get crippled by energy ball, mine's not crippled by fire blast. Arcanine, actually it can do well here. I think I'll go with Arcanine first. Hopefully Arcanine will survive its hits, and then it can crunch it down. So Arcanine in versus Chandelure. So fire versus fire in this one. Chandelure's also level 58, so it's pretty high level. And it also has a citrus berry, so if you don't kick it down in a single hit, it can heal itself a bit up. Let's go with Crunch. We are the first hit onto Chandelure. Crunch is used. How much damage will it do? More than half, that's good. So it reduces defense as well, and it's gonna sit up the citrus berry. Chandelure will heal for 30 health, but the defense reduced should take it down in a single hit if we take it down next try. If we do survive the Shadow Ball coming up here, will we survive it, or will this be a KO on Arcanine? It will be a KO on Arcanine, unfortunately. Its special attack is so high, we can't survive it. That's unfortunate, but at least we have reduced its defenses, so it means we should keep on using physical attacks against Chandelure. We're gonna go in with Unpheasant. So Unpheasant, let's go up in the air. Fly. Don't use Air Slash because Air Slash is a special attack, so that won't be countering the defense loss for Chandelure. Fire Blast is missing. Here comes a Fly. Fly lands. Will be enough though. It will be enough. Good job, Unpheasant, taking down the most important threat for Shauntal's team. So far, so good. We have one more Pokemon to fight. It's gonna be Drifblim. Drifblim is a ghost and flying dual type, and because it's a flying, we should get in Magnezone. Because Magnezone is not only great to take down the flying types because of being electric, but being electric and steel type, it has a quadruple resistance to flying moves. Very great. Let's get in Magnezone versus Drifblim. It's not over yet. I'll finish it on my way. You also might be noticing here, this is a bit of a weird thing, because in Generation 4, that's where Drifblim comes from. But in Generation 5, where we fight Shauntal, you might notice that Shauntal has a bit of a different setup now. Yeah, she has changed her setup since last time. Last time she had the Jellicent instead of the Drifblim, so she has changed her setup a bit since Black and White. That's kind of strange though, why she did that. But that's fine though, doesn't matter to me. Let's go with Thunderbolt. Shadow Ball used by Drifblim onto Magnezone. Damage is very low because Magnezone is resistant to Ghost as a Steel type. Thunderbolt used against Drifblim. Drifblim of course has a lot of health, but it doesn't help it, it's going to go down. Well played Magnezone. Whew, that was interesting. But we have beaten Shauntal. Do you ever feel at a loss for words when something greatly moves you? To tell the truth, I'm a writer, but right now I'm having trouble putting my feelings into words. You were just that impressive. Whoa, 13,000 is very nice. 13,000 beautiful Pokédolars to us. And this one is over. My Pokemon in the Challenger's Pokemon. Everyone battled even though they were hurt. Thank you. And now you can see the pad is showing green. You step onto it, you'll be teleported back to the entrance. Now you can see Shauntal's pad is lighting up. And we still have 3 more to do. So, I promised we're going to do the bottom ones first. In the black and white, I was doing this one second, this one third, and this one fourth. But I'll be doing 1, 2, 3, 4. So, our next battle and the other battle in this episode will be up here. But before we go inside, we need to heal up our Pokemon, because we did take some damage here, and we also got ourselves a KO on our side with Arcanine, who was KO'd by the Chandelure. Need to do something about that. So let's get a revive into Arcanine, and then also get up a Hyper Potion on Arcanine. There we go. Arcanine is sealed up, and then we're ready to continue. So go inside this one, and we go on for the second of 4 Elite Four battles. This cage opens up with a lot of tall bridges of stairs. And on top there, we're gonna see something happening. And there he is. So this one is the fighting type Elite Four members. So when you use something that can counter fighting. The only one who can counter fighting in this team is Unpheasant, because that's the only one we can have that can counter it. Sure, the other Pokemon we can also fight with and or against, but yeah. With this guy, we have to go with the flying type, because that's the best way to take down the fighting. We can also use Psychic, but we don't have any Psychic. Make sure you don't use Crocodile or Magnezone here, because they're both weak to fighting. The rest will do fine on their own, but just be careful of heavy physical attacks, so don't be too much of a wuss here when it comes to fighting. This one can be a bit dangerous to fight. Marshal is actually pretty difficult in my opinion. When you're ready though, go forward and let's go and fight off against our next Elite Four opponent, Marshal. You look familiar. Ah yes, I met you at Twist Mountain. The strength you are radiating is far greater now than before. Greetings, Challenger. My name is Marshal. I am the #1 pupil of my mentor, Alder. In order to master the art of fighting, I've kept training. You're also walking a similar path with your Pokemon. It is my intention to test you, to take you to the limits of your strength. Kiai! And here we go, the second of 4 Elite Four battles against Marshal, the Elite Four member of the fighting type. This one can be tough. He has 4 Pokemon as well, and the first one will be Throh. We'll follow our Throhs in the Victory Road, and this is one of his 4 Pokemon to be used here. All of his Pokemon though are pure fighting types, so anything that can do super effective damage against fighting, such as a flying move or a psychic move, will be very, very useful here. Let's start this one off with Fly. Go up in the air, we are quicker than the Throh. Throh will use Rock Tomb, which of course is super effective against flying, but I won't be there to take it. Fly lands on Throh. Will it be enough though? Most likely not. He has too much of HP to survive. He will survive, go in the red zone. Rock Tomb onto Unpheasant. Doing some damage, reducing our speed as well. And this most likely means I can feel it. You and your Pokemon are strong. What I was saying is that he can probably use potions now, because that's usually what they do. They use potions when you are in the red zone. That's kind of what the AI of Pokemon games kind of say. So we will be able to use a potion here. Yeah, full restore. That's okay for me. We can just flap in the air now instead. So up in the air we go. Not sure if you're quicker than Throh though. Let's see. Yeah, we're still quicker than Throh. Fly lands and Throh again. How much damage will it do this time? It's gonna be back in the red zone again for Throh. Throh now uses another Rock Tomb, which will deal some damage. But damage is a bit light because Rock Tomb is a bit low damage ability, but will still be enough. Just to make sure he won't be using again, I'm gonna do some Fly again. I'm gonna use Payback now. A Dark Fist can move onto the Pheasant. That damage was pretty low. So up we go in the air. And Storm Throw. That will not be hitting us. Here comes another Fly on Throw. And Throw goes down. That was a bit of a tougher fight than I thought, but I think we're doing pretty good. And Pheasant takes it down. And we are moving on to the next one, which will be Conkeldurr. Oh boy, Conkeldurr is his strongest Pokemon. A bit slow, but a very powerful Pokemon, without any doubt. So for this one, I want to do something that can really deal some good damage to it, but at the same time being able to survive its heavy damage. If you have a powerful Psychic Pokemon, you might probably take it down in a single hit, because it's a bit weak on the special defense side. I will probably go with Superior here, because now we have to have a Pokemon that can sustain, and Superior is the Sustain King, or Queen if you have a female one, of course. So let's go with Superior versus the Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr, level 58, it's his best Pokemon. It's the evolved form of Timber. It uses Leech Seed onto Conkeldurr. So we can start sustaining our damage, picking back Hammer Arm. Very powerful fighting move, but it will miss. Good for us. And Leech Seed is starting to deal damage and heal. Now let's go with actually, I don't know why I did return there, but you can just try it out, see how much damage you do, because we don't use it up a lot. That was pretty crap. Hammer Arm, pretty fighting move. Oh, it's going to do a lot of damage to us, but it will reduce his speed by doing it. So this is a good thing for us. That means we'll always be faster than the Conkeldurr. We're draining a bit of health. And let's now go with Giga Drain to get more health recovered. Giga Drain used onto Conkeldurr. More damage taken and more healed back to our forces. He does have Citrus Berry though, just like Chandelure. It's his best Pokemon. All of their best Pokemon have a Citrus Berry on them. Hammer Arm again onto Superior. Damage is still pretty good, but not enough to take us down. And Leech Seed is keep doing damage back in return. Question though, will the Giga Drain deal enough damage to take it down, or will this continue to another round? Giga Drain used onto Conkeldurr. And it won't be enough, it will survive. But here comes the Hammer Arm. This one's gonna hit. Will I survive it? Oh! Oh! So close! But I still survive. Will the Leech Seed take it down? And the answer is yes. The Leech Seed takes it down. Conkeldurr did not manage to do it. The Superior of healing from Superior is just so great. I will survive. And Crocodile's now level 56. Next up will be Mienshao. This one is a bit different of the fighting types, because this one is a bit more focused about speed and attack rather on defense power, so it's a bit weak when it comes to getting hits. So I'm actually going to start with Unpheasant here. Unpheasant in versus the Mienshao. Mienshao comes in. Let's then go with a Fly. Will we get the first hit though? Yeah, we do. We are quicker than the Mienshao. Let's see if we can take it down in a single hit. Mienshao with Bounce. Wow! This one wants to bounce up in the air too. That's really bad for us. That means actually we are getting countered. That was a bit of a nasty one, but that actually can happen. That was a bit unfortunate, but not much we can do about it. Let's get an Arcanine then. Arcanine in versus Mienshao. Let's just use pure fire type power against it. We go with Flamethrower. Let's use all our power to take it down. The Flamethrower on the Mienshao. Good damage here, but not enough. Here comes High Jump Kick. A very powerful fighting move. Will it be enough to KO though? Nope, it will not be. One more Flamethrower should do it. And we do land it. And that's going to take it down. Arcanine does well to take it down. And that means we only have one more Pokemon to fight. That's gonna be Sawk. Of course, we have Throh. We're also gonna fight Sawk. A bit low health on Arcanine though, so maybe we want to switch it out a bit. We could, or we could also try something else. I'm actually gonna go with Superior here. I'm gonna give it a shot with a Giga Drain, If I get the first hit, of course. And if not, then at least I tried. Let's go with Superior first versus Sawk. This is my final Pokemon. It all comes down to this. Yep, your final Pokemon is going to be Sawk. I will go Giga Drain. I get the first hit, but will it be enough healing when it comes to damage it'll do return to me? Oh wow, the damage is so great. Half the health down. But will I survive the hit though from Sawk's payback? We'll see. Payback used. Will I survive it? Oh, I will! Everything comes down to his next move. I'll use the last bit of my strength. Okay, if I do land this Giga Drain, this should be over. Here it comes. It will hit. Will it be enough though? It will be. The Sawk goes down. Well played, Superior. Managed to sustain yourself another one. Doing so great here. And we have beaten the 2 of the first 4 Elite Four members. There is no single strongest Pokemon or sole best combination. That's why it's difficult to keep winning. However, I think a heart that desires strength and strives to grow stronger is a precious ideal. That's why I respect you, because you have these things. Ah, thank you so much, Marshal. Phew, well done. As your battles continue, aim for even greater heights. Oh, I will for sure. Anyways, this is going to be the end of this episode, guys. We have taken down the first 2 of the Elite Four members. Next up, we have an Elite Four member here, Elite Four member here. After that, we're going to go for the champion and see if we can become the new Unova League champion. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook. And that's it for now, so see you guys next time as my journey in Pokemon Black 2 continues.